just purchased a $200,000 car using my son's credit card. Are there any complaints from the simple wife? I am so happy to have a doctor as a son. What? A car? For $200,000? Are you sure you don't mean a $2 toy car? My, you and your jealousy really has gotten to your head now. Sam went ahead and gifted me this $200,000 foreign sports car. I just went and signed it, and later on, I'll send you the pictures.
So Sam went and bought that car for you?
That's what I've been saying. All right, let me go and take a picture of it right now and send it your way.
It's true, that is definitely a luxury foreign car. But I can't imagine Sam being able to afford something like this.
Sam is a doctor, you know. Of course he can easily afford this. Or could it be that he doesn't buy you anything?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, it's simple. Since Sam doesn't love you, he doesn't buy you anything, not even a car. I mean, come on. It makes sense, right? Someone like you, such a low-class, stupid woman, is just on a completely different level from Sam. And, of course, from me as well.
Sam doesn't love me? Well, that may be true. But calling me a low-class, stupid woman, huh?
Exactly. You're a low-class, low-income, and uneducated woman. Am I wrong? You and I are fundamentally different kinds of people. It's almost generous of us to have to let a woman like you into this family.
Look, I get it. You're really proud of the car. But can we stop this already?
No, we can't stop. You see, you're seriously lacking in gratitude towards us. Your family is poor, right? You should be thankful you can even live this life thanks to us.
Thanks to you? But Sam only makes $300 a month.
Liar. You ugly woman. You've really lost your mind, haven't you? Not just your appearance, but now your head too. I guess that's what happens when you're poor. Everyone becomes a liar.
I'm telling the truth. I've kept quiet about it until now, but I've been barely supporting him this whole time. However, I'm done with that kind of life, so we'll be getting a divorce soon. After we divorce, you'll have to take care of him, so good luck with that.
Oh my goodness, you're scared. I've never seen someone so delusional. Do you need me to take you to the hospital or something? Or better yet, why not have your dear Dr. Sam take a look at you?
Hey, what on earth is this all about?
Huh? No, wait, you've got it wrong. It's not what you think.
Wrong about what? What are you even talking about?
Isn't this about the engagement ring?
What? Are you saying you sold the engagement ring?
Well, yeah, there's this guy I know who's really knowledgeable about these things. He said if I was going to sell it, now's the best time. He mentioned that prices for jewelry like that are really high right now, and there's even a chance I could get more than what I originally paid for it. So I figured, why not? I thought I could get a good price for it.
Wait a second. You sold the ring? And not just any ring, my engagement ring?
Yeah, I sold yours too, but listen, I bought that ring for you, so technically it's mine. Besides, you haven't been wearing it for a while now, so I figured you didn't need it anymore. You know, since we're getting divorced and all, I thought of it as part of the separation process, like a symbolic thing.
You've got to be kidding me. This isn't about whether I'm wearing it or not. Selling the engagement ring behind my back? That's beyond messed up.
I didn't have much of a choice, okay? I was broke. You, as my wife, should just stay quiet and understand my situation.
What the hell did you just say?
Chris came by again, pressuring me to pay up. He even said that if I don't settle things soon, you might end up getting hurt too. He was desperate. I was just trying to protect you, that's all.
Wow, aren't you clever with your words? So, let me get this straight. You sold the engagement rings to protect me?
Exactly. You know how dangerous Chris can be. I was just looking out for you.
Right, but who's the one who borrowed money from someone like Chris in the first place?
Well, I didn't really have a choice. No other lenders would give me a loan. Chris, on the other hand, doesn't care about credit scores or background checks. Sure, the interest rates are high, but at least he'll lend to anyone.
Ah, I see. So you took out a high-interest loan from a dangerous guy just to blow it all on gambling. How admirable. And yet, for some reason, your mother seems to dote on you endlessly despite this kind of behavior.
No, it's not like that. My mom doesn't dote on me exactly. She just sees me as a status symbol. To her, I'm just the son of a doctor. That's all I am to her, a way for her to show off. She doesn't really care about me as a person.
That's funny, coming from the guy who bought his mom a $200,000 luxury car.
Huh? What'd you just say?
You heard me. A $200,000 luxury car. Don't play dumb. You bought that car for her, didn't you? With your credit card. I saw how thrilled your mom was about it, and she even showed me pictures of the car. Today was the delivery day, wasn't it?
Is this some kind of prank? Think about it for a second. How would I have $200,000 to spend on a car right now? I'm drowning in debt as it is, and I can barely keep my head above water.
Then explain to me why your mother has that car. She doesn't work, so there's no way she could afford something like that on her own. Your father's inheritance is long gone, too. So where did she get the money for that car?
What the hell is going on here? Hey, Mom, I heard you bought a foreign car and that I bought it for you?
Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention it to you. You left your credit card at my place, so I went ahead and used it.
What?
That foreign car. I've always wanted it. I'm so happy I finally got my hands on it.
Wait a minute, isn't that the $200,000 car?
Of course. I thought I could just tell you later, so I didn't think it was a big deal. But it's no big deal, right? I mean, $200,000 isn't that much, is it? After all, you're a doctor.
Well, it's just that,
If I had asked you to buy it before, you would have said yes anyway, right? I know I didn't tell you beforehand, and for that I'm sorry, but it's fine, isn't it?
$200,000 is a bit much, even for me.
What do you mean? Sam, you're a doctor. You can make $200,000 in just 3 months, can't you?
3 months? I mean, yeah, I'm a doctor, but I'm still pretty new to the field. I haven't even started my own practice yet, and it's not like I'm rolling in money.
Huh? What are you even talking about? You're a doctor. Act like one. You should be proud and confident. You're my pride and joy, my brilliant son. Don't get all gloomy over a mere $200,000.
Mere $200,000. You're lucky I'm only a little gloomy about it.
I don't want my proud son texting me to complain about something as trivial as this. Just let it go, okay?
Mom!
Hey, Rachel, excuse me for a moment.
What is it?
There are some strange people hanging around my house. They're demanding to see Sam.
What? And why exactly are you telling me this?
Because they can't get in touch with Sam. What's going on with him these days? Where is he?
Who knows? Sam disappeared in the middle of the night, you know. He packed up and fled.
What did you say?
He most likely ran away to escape from his creditors. Considering the massive debt he's accumulated, especially after that additional $200,000, he looked completely desperate. There was no way out for him.
Massive debt? What are you even talking about? Don't tell me, did he take on someone else's debt? Did he take over your debt by any chance?
This is such a pain to explain. I've already told you before, he's practically unemployed. I've been the one earning the money and covering our living expenses.
That's ridiculous. There's no way that's true. Sam is my son. The idea that he's buried in debt and unemployed is simply impossible. Besides, Sam graduated from a prestigious medical school and became a doctor. How can you even suggest that he's living such a miserable life?
He quit being a doctor a long time ago. Since then, he's just been hopping between part-time jobs. He kept up the appearance of being a doctor only in front of you, his dear mother. He did indeed graduate from medical school, and that's partly true. But pretending to still be a doctor? Well, that's not as hard as it seems, especially when it comes to keeping up appearances.
No, this can't be true. There's no way my son, my Sam, would do something like that.
And what makes you so certain about that? Forgive me for saying this, but you've never really had any social or career accomplishments of your own, right?
How dare you say something like that? That's beyond rude. I'll have you know, my parents were highly successful and influential, and my late husband was the CEO of a company. And my son Sam is a doctor. He worked hard and became a respected doctor.
Sure, your parents were great, and your husband may have been a successful CEO, but what about you? What have you accomplished?
Oh, what?
I'm not talking about your family or their achievements. I'm asking about you. What have you personally done? Bragging about your family doesn't do anything to change the reality of our own life, does it?
Well,
See? You can't think of anything, can you? That's exactly why you've pinned all your hopes and dreams on Sam. You project all your ideals onto him because you don't have anything of your own.
Shut up! You don't know me or my life, so stop acting like you do.
I don't need to know much to see the obvious. It's written all over you. But the reality is, Sam quit being a doctor, threw himself into gambling, and became a full-blown failure. It's time for you to accept that.
I refuse to believe that. My Sam is a smart, talented, and a good man. He's an honest, upstanding person, and his patients all admire and respect him. He's a doctor.
Then why isn't he answering your calls? Why is he avoiding contact with his own mother?
How would I know? He's probably just asleep, that's all.
Sleeping in the middle of the day? It's a weekday after all. Shouldn't a doctor be working?
He's probably at the hospital, obviously. Maybe he's in the middle of performing surgery or something. Surgeries can take hours, you know. That's probably why he's not picking up the phone. He's probably doing one of those complex procedures, like heart surgery. Maybe one of those bypass operations or something like that. Yes, that's it. He must be in surgery right now, saving someone's life.
Is that so? Well, let's hope that's the case. Though, for the record, Sam isn't a surgeon.
Whatever. The point is, there's absolutely no truth to your absurd claims about Sam being buried in debt. You're just jealous because you're poor. You really need to stop being so envious of us and our success.
If you say so, but I think it's time I show you some proof. How about I send you the messages I exchanged with Sam? You'll see for yourself what's really going on.
No way. This is fake. That can't be real. That's not Sam.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. It is definitely Sam. This was just a few days before he ran off in the middle of the night. By that point, he was so desperate that he even pawned the engagement ring. Can you imagine? Things were that bad. And in the midst of all that, you went and bought a $200,000 luxury car with his credit card. I'm not surprised he felt like running away after that.
No way. Sam doing something like this? I can't believe it. My son, of all people, could never be that kind of person. No.
Oh, what's the matter?
The debt collectors, they're pounding on the door demanding we bring Sam out. But he's not here. They won't stop begging. Rachel, where is Sam right now?
Who knows? I certainly don't.
Enough of this. You need to bring Sam back here now. He has to take responsibility for his actions. How could he do this, dragging me into a mess like this? He's an absolute disgrace of a son.
You're really quick to abandon him, aren't you? It seems like Sam was right all along. He told me, you know. He said that you only saw him as a status symbol. I guess he was telling the truth.
What? How dare you? Or maybe you should take responsibility. After all, you're the one who let him fall so low. It's partly your fault too, isn't it?
Well, you can say whatever you want, but if you're going to start talking about responsibility, then you should acknowledge that you have some responsibility in this too.
What, me? I've done nothing but raise him the best way I could. If he decided to go down this wrong path, that's his fault, not mine. I bear no responsibility.
The fact that you can say that so calmly just proves how much you failed as a parent. But hey, why don't you hear it directly from him? I'll have him get in touch with you.
Wait, from him? You mean Sam? Yes! Contact him immediately. Why didn't you just do that from the start?
All right. Please hold on for a moment.
Mom, it's me, Sam.
Sam, what on earth is going on? Why are these people outside? Are they trying to collect something from us?
Yeah, I know they're out there. Just be careful. They can get really aggressive.
Sam, why are you talking like this is some sort of outside problem? This is your debt we're dealing with. You're the one who needs to pay it back. You can't just act like it's not your responsibility.
No, it's not just my debt. It's also your debt, Mom.
What do you mean by that?
Remember when you bought that $200,000 foreign car using my credit card? It was just a few days later that all this trouble started. You even signed the ownership documents for the car. I remember that clearly.
Yeah, I did sign it, but...
Did you actually read those documents?
I mean, I glanced at them, but...
I told you to read them carefully. I made that very clear.
Okay, but what does that matter? Why are you bringing up those documents now?
Mom, you are a co-signer on my debt. This means that if I fail to pay it back, you're also responsible for the payments.
Wait, what?
Since you went ahead and bought that $200,000 car without thinking twice, I figured you'd be okay with the idea of sharing the burden of the debt. After all, you were the one that made that purchase.
Hold on, are you saying that you tricked me into this? You deceived me?
I didn't trick you. I told you to read the documents, so it's not my fault if you chose to ignore that advice. Why didn't you read them?
Why would I read a document like that? It's ridiculous. No one reads those things. And the idea of being a co-signer, that's just absurd. I will absolutely not pay any of this debt.
Listen, I'm taking responsibility for my share of the debt, so you need to pay back the $200,000 yourself. That seems fair to me, don't you think?
No way. Why should I have to pay for your mistakes? This has nothing to do with me. I refuse to pay.
If you don't agree to this, then I will have no choice but to sue you.
Sue me? Are you serious right now?
Absolutely! I will sue you for credit card fraud. You used my card without my knowledge or consent, and that puts you in a very serious situation.
Oh my God, this can't be happening. My son, of all people, is resorting to such desperate measures.
Yes, this is your son doing what he has to do. You treated me like an accessory, like a trophy to show off. You wanted to brag about having a doctor for a son, but what's it worth if I'm just a failure now? This attitude, Mom, it reflects on both of us. We're definitely related.
Don't you dare compare me to you. I'm from an elite family. I'm wealthy and successful.
Mom, that's really pathetic. You need to stop bragging about your relatives and start focusing on your own achievements instead.
Shut up! How dare you speak to me that way?
Let's face the facts together. You need to pay back the $200,000, and I'll take care of my own debts. I'll communicate that clearly to the debt collectors, too.
$200,000? There's no way I can afford that. Please, just find some way out of this mess.
You've already exhausted Dad's inheritance. You should have thought ahead. And if you don't, this is the consequence you face. Honestly, it's not my place to say it, but someone had to tell you.
No, I can't handle $200,000 in debt. It's far too much to deal with.
Then I guess it's time to cut off contact. We'll both be better off separated.
Wait, you can't just leave me like this.
I see. So you hurried to return the car and ended up getting into a serious accident, breaking your leg in the process? Now you're looking at a month of recovery, and the car was completely totaled, rendered a total loss.
Please, help me.
Well, that's really the only way to put it, isn't it? But let's be clear, this situation is a result of your own actions. You'll have to figure out how to deal with this yourself.
Don't say something so cold. You must have enough income to support Sam, right?
I'm barely getting by. He managed to earn a measly $300 a month from his reselling side hustle, which was helpful. But my income is below average, so I can't provide you with any financial assistance.
But paying back $200,000 in debt in this state is absolutely impossible. The car is destroyed, and my assets are gone. I can't live like this. Every day the debt collectors come knocking, and my only son has vanished. How am I supposed to keep going?
It's all right. Sam will come back here soon enough.
What do you mean by that?
I contacted Sam and introduced him to Chris, the debt collector. I decided that Sam couldn't get away without facing this, and they both might get some legitimate job opportunities. So, let's work together to pay off this debt, all right?
Wait, are you saying you sold us out to the debt collector?
Well, it's a reasonable demand to ask for the money that was lent. You both signed those documents, so it's all in writing.
And jobs? They're probably some shady work, right? I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want to work.
You're not a child anymore. Haven't you enjoyed living off other people's money for long enough? Maybe it's time you learned what it's like to earn your own.
How irresponsible of you.
I hear the work can be quite physically demanding, so I hope you give it your all.
You traitor, supporting the debt collector like this.
Traitor? That's quite an accusation coming from someone like you. I don't want to hear that from a thief.
How can you call me a thief? You know that I've always provided for my family. I didn't choose the situation, it just happened. And now you turn your back on me?
Providing for your family? Is that how you see it? By buying a car worth $200,000 on someone else's credit card? You've been living in denial. How long did you think you could keep this up?
You don't understand. I had to show off. I had to maintain appearances. It's what everyone expects of me.
And look where that has landed you, on the brink of bankruptcy and facing daily harassment from debt collectors. Is it worth it? Was the status worth ruining your life over?
Maybe you don't realize this, but the pressure I faced was immense. I had to keep up the facade, and now it's all coming crashing down. Do you have any idea what's that like?
I do understand. You put yourself in this position. You're the one who prioritized appearance over reality, and now the consequences are here to stay.
Then what am I supposed to do? I can't just roll over and accept this fate. I refuse to let it end like this.
You have no choice. Accept your reality and start taking responsibility. It's time to grow up and face the music. You can't keep running away from the truth.
Grow up? Easy for you to say. You're not the one who's going to be dealing with this. You're not the one facing the debt collectors every day.
No, I'm not, but I'm here to help you face it. I may not be able to fix everything, but you'll have to take some steps yourself. Start by accepting the reality of the situation.
Accept it? How can I accept that I'm drowning in debt with no way out? Then my son has abandoned me.
Sam has not abandoned you. He's trying to navigate this mess just like you. He might need some time to figure things out, but he'll be back. In the meantime, you need to make changes.
I don't know how. What can I possibly do to make things right? It feels hopeless.
You can start by taking that job. It might not be ideal, but it's a step towards regaining control over your life. You have to fight back or you'll lose everything.
How can you be so sure that this will work? What if it all goes wrong?
Nothing in life is certain, but you have to try. You can't just sit here wallowing in self-pity while your situation worsens. It's time to act.
Fine, I'll consider it, but I'm not promising anything. I can't just throw myself into something without knowing what it entails.
That's fair. Just remember, if you don't take any action, you'll end up with nothing left. No son, no money, no dignity. Think about it. Danielle found herself trapped in a grim situation, having fallen into a veritable hell of debt that totaled an astonishing $200,000. It was a burden so immense that it must have felt like a weight pressing down on her very soul. After her discharge from the hospital, Danielle, alongside her son Sam, was sent to a workplace that had been arranged by a loan shark. This wasn't just any job. It was a grim lifeline thrown to them by someone who saw them as mere pawns in a cruel game. The workplace to which they were dispatched was a factory characterized by relentless, grueling physical labor that seemed designed to drain every ounce of energy from its workers. The air was thick with the sounds of machinery, clanging metal, and the murmurs of fellow laborers who shared in their plight. Each day, Danielle and Sam trudged through their tasks, their faces etched with expressions that reflected their deep despair and hopelessness. They were caught in a cycle that felt inescapable, working under conditions that seemed intended to break their spirits. It was a punishing environment that offered little to no respite, making it clear that they were trapped in a nightmarish reality. The nature of their work was harsh and unforgiving. They were forced to labor long hours, often in extreme conditions, pushing their bodies to the limit. As they faced this grueling routine day in and day out, one couldn't help but wonder when, or even if, they would ever be able to repay such a staggering amount of debt. It felt like an insurmountable mountain looming over them, casting a long shadow that made the prospect of financial freedom seem almost laughably distant. The thought of the looming debt felt overwhelming, and it was hard to believe that they would ever see the light at the end of the tunnel. Each passing day served as a painful reminder of their circumstances, making it clear that the path to recovery was fraught with challenges. It was a cruel twist of fate that left them both grappling with the harsh realities of their situation. Danielle, in particular, must have been consumed by thoughts of how she would ever manage to climb out of the debt pit that threatened to swallow her whole. The weight of the financial burden must have been suffocating, casting a shadow over their every waking moment. It felt as if they were living in a dark tunnel, with no visible exit, and every attempt to escape was met with a new obstacle. In the midst of this struggle, a glimmer of fortune would eventually shine upon Sam. Fast forward a few years, and Sam hit the jackpot with horse racing, an unexpected turn of events that allowed him to pay off his debts all at once. It was as if luck had finally smiled upon him after all the hardship he had endured. With this newfound financial freedom, Sam decided to leave the factory behind, breaking free from the shackles of his previous life. It must have been a surreal experience for him, going through from the depths of despair to the heights of freedom in such a short time. It's almost amusing, in a way, how some people seem to have an uncanny knack for good luck, while others, like Danielle, are left to wallow in their despair. It feels almost like fate has a sense of humor, where one person's misfortune is another windfall. Sam, who had always had a streak of bad luck, suddenly found himself on the winning side of life, while Danielle remained trapped in the depths of her despair. The disparity between their outcomes must have been a bitter pill for Danielle to swallow. While one person was celebrating newfound freedom and prosperity, Danielle was left grappling with the remnants of her shattered dreams and unrelenting debt. During this tumultuous time, Danielle reached out for help, desperately calling out for someone to stay by her side. She was scared and overwhelmed, feeling as if she was drowning in a sea of loneliness and debt. She must have felt a surge of panic and desperation as she realized the depth of her situation. However, Sam, who had been his companion through thick and thin, made the heart-wrenching decision to sever ties with Danielle. He felt it was necessary to cut off the connection, especially since Danielle was only viewed him as a status symbol, failing to acknowledge his humanity or struggles. The choice must have weighed heavily on Sam's conscience. While he achieved his freedom and newfound fortune, it came at the cost of abandoning his mother who had stood by him during difficult times. The dynamics of their relationship changed drastically, and one couldn't help but feel a sense of loss and betrayal. Sam's decision to leave Danielle behind speaks to the complexities of friendship and loyalty, especially in times of crisis. The bond they had shared now lay in ruins, torn apart by the harsh realities of life and the choices they had made. As Danielle sat in the silence of her own thoughts, one could only imagine the tumult of emotions swirling within her. What must she have felt as she grappled with the reality of being left behind? Was she angry at Sam for abandoning her? Or was she simply heartbroken? It's a painful situation that forces one to control not just their own failures, but also the failures of those around them. Danielle may have been left to fend for herself, but it was clear that the emotional scars would linger for a long time. The sense of betrayal must have been profound, leaving Danielle to ponder the true nature of friendship and loyalty. In her darkest moments, she may have questioned everything she thought she knew about the bonds they had formed. The loneliness that enveloped them must have been suffocating as she confronted the reality of her isolation. Now, as she navigates through life on her own, Danielle's feelings must be a mixed bag of anger, betrayal, and perhaps a sense of longing for the companionship she once had. The weight of loneliness must feel heavier than any financial burden she faced. It's easy to imagine her reflecting on the good times they shared, wondering if things could have been different had circumstances played out another way. Meanwhile, my own life couldn't be more different. I am currently relishing the joys of living alone, a stark contrast to Danielle's plight. The tranquility of solitude allows me to savor the freedom that comes with it. Every day, I experience the happiness of spending my hard-earned money solely for my own enjoyment and comfort. I can choose how to decorate my space, what to eat, and how to spend my time without having to consider anyone else's needs or desires. This autonomy brings me immense satisfaction. Living alone means that I have the luxury of crafting my own environment. I can surround myself with the things that bring me joy and comfort. Whether it's a cozy reading nook, a kitchen filled with my favorite snacks, or a living room decorated to reflect my personal style. Every detail is a reflection of my choices. The independence I enjoy is liberating, allowing me to create a space that feels uniquely mine. There's a profound joy in knowing that I am responsible for my own happiness and that I can curate my life to reflect my personal taste and interest. Whether it's indulging in a hobby, treating myself to a nice meal, or simply enjoying the peace and quiet of my home, every moment is a testament to my independence. I can choose to spend my evenings curled up with a good book, binge watching a favorite show, or pursuing creative projects without interruptions. Each day feels like a new opportunity to explore and enjoy life on my terms, free from the chaos that often accompanies shared living situations. Of course, I understand that living alone can come with its own set of challenges. There are moments of loneliness and times when I wish I had someone to share experiences with. However, these feelings are fleeting, and they don't overshadow the overall joy I feel in my day-to-day life. I am grateful for the ability to focus on myself and grow as an individual without the distractions or responsibilities that come with living with others. The freedom to make choices that align with my desires is a source of immense happiness. In contrast to Danielle's situation, where financial worries loom large and relationships have soured, my life is characterized by a sense of fulfillment and contentment. I can take pleasure in the little things, a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a good book, or a quiet evening spent watching my favorite shows. Each day feels like a chance to embrace life's simple pleasures and cultivate a sense of joy. The ability to enjoy my own company has enriched my life in ways I never expected. In reflecting on both Danielle's plight and my own, it becomes clear that life can take many different paths. While Danielle is ensnared in a web of debt and betrayal, I am reveling in the freedom of solitude. The contrast between our experiences highlights the unpredictable nature of life and the different outcomes that can result from the choices we make and the circumstances we find ourselves in. It's a reminder that life's journey is rarely straightforward, and the paths we choose can lead us to vastly different destinations. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
What are you going to do? Please make a decision already. I can't wait around forever, you know.
Well, I've told you repeatedly, haven't I? I'm not joining that Manda gang or whatever it is.
Every single parent at this kindergarten is part of it. If you choose not to join, it means you're turning everyone around you into enemies. Are you sure you're okay with that?
How much does it cost again?
The entrance fee is $500. Then there's an annual fee of $300 every year. So what do you think? If you consider it as a way to protect yourself from danger, isn't it a reasonable price?
No, that's outrageously expensive. And what exactly is this danger you're talking about? The most dangerous thing at this kindergarten is definitely you.
Oh, really? But complimenting me like that doesn't help your case, you know.
I'm not complimenting you.
So, what are you going to do? Hurry up and decide already. I can't keep wasting my time on just you. My time is valuable.
Look, I've said this multiple times, haven't I? I'm not joining the Manda gang.
Oh, really? Are you sure you won't regret this? You never know what kind of dangers lurk around in this kindergarten. I think it would be wise to have someone like me, part of the gang, on your side.
Gang? You're part of a gang?
Of course! My name is Manda, isn't it? It's obvious I'm either a spy or a gang member.
I think you're being a bit prejudiced here. Besides, if you're part of a gang, that makes you an even more dangerous presence.
That's exactly why you should have me as your ally. But if you refuse, that's your choice. Fine, I won't ask you again. However, just know that I won't be responsible for what happens next.
You're literally demanding bodyguard fees. That's classic gang behavior. Regardless of whether you're in a gang or not, I'm not joining the Manda gang.
Okay, so you're saying you're fine with whatever dangerous things happen? Just make sure you're careful out there. Just think about what could happen if you turn me into an enemy.
Seriously, what are you talking about? I can't believe you're using this scare tactic on me.
I'm just trying to look out for you. You might think you're fine on your own, but trust me, being alone isn't always safe, especially in a place like this. You'll never know who you might encounter or what could happen at the kindergarten when you least expect it.
You really have a flair for the dramatic, don't you? It's just a kindergarten, not a battlefield. Besides, do you really think the other parents are that terrifying? I mean, they're just parents like me, trying to do their best.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. This is not just any kindergarten. The dynamics here are complex, and the other parents can be quite territorial. Not being part of the group means you might miss out on an important information, or even face unwarranted hostility.
So you're saying I have to pay money to keep myself in the loop and avoid being ostracized? That sounds ridiculous. Why should I have to pay to feel safe among parents?
Because that's how things work in this community. If you want to be a part of it, you have to follow the rules. And trust me, it's better to have allies than to go it alone. You'll find it more beneficial in the long run.
Why do I get the feeling this is just a way for you to get some money? It feels like you're just using the concept of danger as a way to manipulate me into joining.
Maybe you're right. Or maybe I'm genuinely looking out for you. Either way, it's up to you. Just think carefully about your decision. Once you're out, there's no coming back. You'll be left to fend for yourself, and who knows what that entails.
Honestly, you're making this all sound so much worse than it is. Maybe I just need to trust my instincts and go with my gut feeling, rather than letting you frighten me into joining your little group.
Go ahead, trust your instincts. Just know that I warned you. It's not me who will suffer the consequences if you decide to remain an outsider.
Is that a threat? Because it sounds like one. You're coming off as pretty intimidating right now, you know.
I'm just stating facts. You have to understand the reality of the situation. It's better to be prepared than to find out too late. Keep your friends close and keep your potential enemies even closer, right?
I really don't like this conversation. I can't believe I'm being pushed into a corner like this. What happened to having a choice?
Well, choices come with consequences. Just remember that.
So, for a while now, those cheap harassments have been continuing. Hey, don't you think we need to make that idiot understand what's going on?
I absolutely knew you were going to say that. Listen, I'm not the same person I used to be.
What are you talking about? People don't change that easily. You're still the same local gang leader who absolutely hates anything crooked. It's legendary that you've never lost a fight to a guy.
That's all in the past. And for the love of everything, you should just forget about it already. You're the only one in this town who knows about that.
I'm proud of you. As your brother, you've been my hero since the day you took down those bullies who were picking on me.
Look, that was a long time ago. You don't have to keep worrying about it. Besides, that made you turn into a delinquent too. Anyway, I don't want any danger to come to Millie, so I'm not going to do anything.
But you're being harassed, right? Are you just gonna let it happen?
It's just whispers behind my back and some intentional shoulder bumps here and there. I can handle it if I just put up with it.
How weak is the legendary gang leader now?
Because they say they're from the gang. It would be troublesome to turn them into enemies, right?
No way, that's obviously just a bluff. You don't really believe that, do you?
I know it's a bluff.
And come on, you're not the kind of person who gets scared of a gang, right?
Anyway, I don't want to stand out anymore. I want to sever ties with my past and promote anti-violence.
What a shame. If you ever decide to get back at them, let me know. I'll help you with anything.
You just want to see me get into trouble, don't you?
Of course, I don't want to see you as some toothless tiger.
Right now, my daughter is the most important thing to me. I don't want to create unnecessary problems for Millie. You understand, right?
Well, if you put it that way, I can't say anything. But if you ever decide to retaliate, as long as it doesn't put Millie in harm's way, let me know. I'll help with whatever you need.
You're unbelievable.
Just think about it. You've dealt with those bullies before. You've got this. We're family, and family looks out for each other, right?
Look, that was different. I had a reason back then. Now it's about being a responsible adult and setting a good example for Millie. I can't let her see me fighting or getting involved in gang matters.
Come on, being responsible doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself. You don't want her to think that she should just accept bullying, do you? That she should be passive?
I'm trying to teach her that there are better ways to handle conflicts, without resorting to violence. I want her to be strong in her own way, not through aggression.
Strength can come in many forms. Sometimes standing your ground is the most important thing. If you let them walk all over you, what kind of message does that send to Millie?
Maybe, but I still think there are more peaceful solutions. I'm not going to let my past define me or my future. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? You're the one who's in the way. Don't stand right in front of me like that.
I was holding hands with my child over here. How could you reach out and touch me like that? What were you thinking?
Shut up. I don't care about your whining. You're just a nuisance, old lady. Don't underestimate the gang.
You're an old lady too, you know. And what does it matter that you're in a gang?
Ha! Who do you think you are talking back to me like that? I kicked you out because you were in my way without asking for permission. If you've got a problem with me, the gang member, why don't you say it to my face?
You scum. I'll crush you.
What did you just say?
You almost hurt Millie. This has crossed the line. I won't forgive you for this.
What's with you? Do you think I'll get scared because you're acting tough? I'm in a gang, you know. Is that how you want to rebel against me?
Well then, how about we settle this one-on-one later? After the graduation ceremony, come behind the toilet. Got it? Of course you'll come along. We'll talk it out there.
Behind the toilet?
Are you maybe scared? A person who claims to be in a gang, afraid to come alone?
Ha! I'm not scared at all. Fine, I'll go. I'll make sure you understand just how scary I can be.
I'll be waiting. Amanda, it's terrible that you hit me with a wooden plank from behind. Can't you face me head on?
Ha! I don't know about that. Don't put the blame on me.
What?
Did you even see what the person who attacked you from behind looked like? You didn't, did you? So how could you know who did it?
Are you seriously underestimating me right now? I was trying to keep my cool and resolve this through conversation, but now I really don't care what happens next. Got it?
So what's going to happen? Besides going against me means you're going against the gang. If you're okay with that, then go ahead.
Then why don't you bring your gang with you?
Eh?
Since you have the gang backing you up, hurry up and bring them here.
What? Are you really okay with that? You won't get off easy.
So hurry up and bring them. I'm curious to see what kind of people will come.
No. This will turn into a big deal, so I'll let it slide. Forget it. This conversation is over.
Who said it's over? Bring your gang here now. If you don't, I'll crush you. What are you going to do?
What? I said I'm not calling them. It feels ridiculous to call them out for something like this.
Are you trying to say that you were lying about having a gang?
Huh? It's not a lie. If push comes to shove, I can bring a whole crowd to attack you.
Oh, really? A gang that can only sneak up on someone from behind? That's pretty pathetic.
Again, I'm saying it wasn't me. It must have been some suspicious person who showed up. If you joined the Manda gang, I could have protected you.
Here, watch this video.
Huh? What is this?
This is a video of you hitting me from behind with a wooden plank. It clearly shows your face, so this is undeniable proof.
What? No, this is...
It's pointless to come up with excuses now. With this, you're officially a criminal.
Wait a minute, who recorded this video?
That doesn't matter. Now, I could take this video straight to the police, but I'd like to know what you want to do.
No. Please, wait.
You don't want me to do that? Of course you wouldn't. So I need you to promise to listen to what I say from now on.
Hold on. Is that a threat?
Yes, it's a threat. If you don't do as I say, I'll make sure you regret it. After all, if you put my daughter in danger and then hit me from behind, it's only natural that this would be the consequence.
This is just... I never meant to put your daughter in danger.
Well, it looks like you did. You have to understand that actions have consequences. You might think you can get away with this, but I'm not going to let you.
But I didn't know it would go this far.
That's the problem. You acted without thinking, and now you've put yourself in a terrible situation. You think this is a joke? It's serious.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to.
Sorry, won't cut it now. You have a chance to make things right, but you need to cooperate with me. No more games. Are you going to listen or not?
Okay, I promise I'll listen. Just don't show that video to anyone, please.
Then we have an understanding. If you try to pull something like this again, I won't hesitate to use this evidence against you. You better watch your back. I'm keeping a close watch on you. If you do anything unnecessary, that video will be released to the public.
I understand. I'm just walking quietly.
I want you to return all the money you've collected from everyone under the guise of membership fees and annual dues. Until that's done, I won't take my eyes off you.
I get it. I'll do as you say. I just need to visit each house one by one, right? But how did it come to this?
If you have time to complain, then hurry up and go.
Yeah, I understand. But if I have to return the full amount to everyone, I'm going to go bankrupt.
You're part of a gang, right? Don't you have money?
Well, not all gangs are necessarily rich, but I'll try to pay back as much as I can. But returning the full amount to everyone is...
Then go into debt to get the money. If you don't pay everyone back in full, that video will be out there for everyone to see.
No way! Going into debt like that. If I did that, my family would be ruined.
What about the families of the mothers you've been extorting for money? You've ignored their suffering.
But they joined the Manda gang of their own free will. I didn't extort money from them.
You're talking about that while brandishing the gang? Just get on with it already.
But I have to prepare the money first.
I see. So you're stalling for time. Are you waiting for someone to come to your rescue?
It's too late for that. I've already called my friends. They're part of the gang. They're ready to make an example out of you. We're about to raid your house. If you don't want that, you better delete that video and apologize to me.
I don't care. Let's just get started on the refunds.
What? You don't care? Your family is in that house, isn't it? You must have your daughter there too.
If you want to raid, go ahead. That's up to you. If you're trying to waste my time this much, I guess I'll have to spread that video after all.
No, wait, I get it. I'll go refund everyone. Just know that you're okay with whatever happens to your family.
I don't want anything to happen to them. But if you want to raid, I won't stop you. Just know that you're prepared for that, right?
Huh? Oh no, I mean, I'm ready. I am, after all, part of a gang. That's nothing to me.
Then go ahead and give the order for the raid. Either way, you're still going to have to refund the other mothers.
Ha! Let's see how long you can keep that up. I just gave the order for the raid. Your family is finished now.
Are you all right? Did you get a response from them?
What? No, not yet. But they should be ready to move at any moment, so they'll respond quickly.
You might want to call them.
Yeah, I want to see the look of suffering on your family's faces as soon as possible. So I'll make the call and give them instructions. Just wait a moment. What on earth is going on? When I called, I was told that the attackers had been wiped out and that everyone had been sent to the hospital.
I anticipated something like this might happen, so my brother has been guarding our home. I'm glad to hear that. You didn't lose your life. People who would go so far as to harm a family member could have dealt with my brother in ways you can't even imagine.
Wait.
Now finally, I can resume my rounds of apologies. You can't buy yourself more time anymore, right?
I can't believe this.
You tried to secretly ask Helga for help? I heard you handed her a note explaining the situation.
What? Why?
It seems that once she understood the circumstances, she decided to side with me.
Why? She was my right-hand person.
Well, that's how much you're disliked. You need to properly apologize and make amends for what you've done.
No way. But I don't have any money left.
If you can't return any more, then you'll have to borrow some from a friend of mine who lends money. I'll take you there right now.
I don't want to borrow money.
If you're saying you can't pay back anymore, then borrowing is your only option. Don't worry. I'll make sure the collection process is gentle.
I don't want to deal with a loan shark connected to you. And besides, I'm in a gang, remember? Do you really think I can just get away with this?
You're not in a gang. It's pretty obvious.
What? Of course! I am part of a gang. Just earlier, I was able to hire those attackers.
Those were just hired thugs, and my brother got the information from them.
Damn it! No, but those guys will go to the police. If that happens, your brother will be arrested for assault.
The police will certainly be interested in those who attempted to raid a private residence. And they'll also be looking for whoever was giving them orders.
Damn! What is wrong with you, really?
By the way, my brother also looked into your background. Not only are you not in a gang, but your name isn't Manda, it's Mandy.
Huh?
So you thought up a gang-like name and went by Manda? Honestly, how pathetic can you be? Though I don't think Manda sounds particularly gang-like either.
Please, I'm begging you, don't tell anyone.
If you don't want me to tell anyone, then please go ahead and borrow from my moneylender. For making your rounds of apologies, you'll probably need about $20,000 in cash, right? The interest rates will be a bit high, but it's not an amount you can't pay back.
I can't take this anymore.
So, is your apology tour finally over? I bet everyone received you with smiles, pleased to get some money back. You must have a clear understanding now of just how much you've been disliked.
Hey, it's done now, right? Can you just delete that video, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that video has already been spread far and wide.
What?
What I'm saying is, it doesn't really matter now if you try to delete it. I sent it to your husband too, so you're in for quite a ride from now on.
Wait a minute, that's not what we agreed on. What on earth are you doing? I did my part by apologizing and returning the money.
But you were the one who called in thugs and sought help from Helga halfway through. You broke the agreement too. Well, to be fair, I plan to spread that video regardless of whether you kept your promise.
So from the start?
That's right. From now on, you're in the position of the defendant and I'm the plaintiff. Get ready because I'm going to squeeze you for all the damages I can. All those moms from the kindergarten are also demanding compensation. Things are about to get a lot tougher for you, but I hope you don't get discouraged.
This is it. My life is over.
Yeah, I think so too. Your life is over. This is what happens when you make an enemy out of me.
You know, it's pretty wild how quickly things escalated. One moment you thought you could manipulate the situation, and now look at where you are, on the brink of losing everything. I wonder if you truly grasp the depth of your predicament.
I mean, you went around thinking that you could treat people however you wanted, assuming they would just accept it. But no one was okay with your actions, especially not after everything you've done. This isn't just about money, it's about respect, and clearly you've lost that in spades. Do you even realize how many people you've hurt? It's not just the moms you owe money to, it's the relationships you've damaged and the trust you've shattered. This is going to haunt you, and you can't just wish it away. I don't think you fully understand what I'm capable of when it comes to fighting back. You assumed you could push me around, but I've got my resources too. You might have been the big shot, but in reality, you're just a small fry with big dreams of grandeur. You've dug your own grave, and now you have to lie in it. You could have avoided this by playing nice, but you chose the hard way. It's sad, really. I almost feel pity for you. But then again, you've brought this on yourself. So, are you prepared for the storm that's coming? Because it's going to be relentless. There's no backing out now. You've crossed too many lines. Your pleas and your cries will fall on deaf ears. No one is going to come to your rescue because you've burned too many bridges.
Hannah, I have to say, revenge really is fun. I was genuinely thrilled when I got your message saying you were gonna get back at them.
I just couldn't let it slide. And I owe a big thanks to Dexter too. He really helped us fend off those guys.
Honestly, what difference does it make how many of those pathetic thugs there were? It's all the same to me. But seriously, is that really all you plan to do?
Is that all?
Yeah, I mean, those thugs and that self-proclaimed gang member who calls himself Manda, don't you think that's a bit too mild for you? I expected more from you. Remember the last time you had them all tied up with ropes and tossed them in the river?
Okay, enough with the old stories. What I did this time was still quite a significant act of revenge in the eyes of the public.
But it just feels a little underwhelming for someone like you.
However, I want to say this. As your sister, I'm really proud of how far you've come.
What? Of course, you've done an amazing job. You filmed Manda getting punched, you beat up those thugs, and you even exposed that Manda was using a fake name.
Oh, well, that's how you see it? I was expecting a more touching sentiment.
Sure, I didn't have much screen time in this whole ordeal, but this act of revenge wouldn't have happened without my support. So if you ever have someone you want to get back at in the future, you better count on me to help you out. It's not just about the revenge itself, but the way you've pulled everything together. You've really shown everyone that you won't be messed with, and that's something to be proud of. Not only did you take a stand for yourself, but you also made it clear that no one should underestimate you. Remember, it's not just about striking back, it's about sending a message. The way you handled those thugs and put Manda in their place shows you've got grit. You didn't just roll over and take it. You fought back in a way that would make anyone think twice before crossing you again. So, when you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, it's about more than just the little victories here and there. It's about establishing your reputation and showing people that you're someone who stands up for what's right. It's about empowering yourself and those around you.
Manda, or rather, Mandy, found herself in a precarious situation when she was collectively sued by the mothers at her son's kindergarten. This group of parents came together to file a lawsuit against her, claiming that her actions had somehow harmed their children, leading to significant emotional distress and other repercussions. The situation escalated quickly, and it forced her into a dire financial situation that she could hardly afford. The lawsuit turned into a public spectacle, attracting attention and gossip that permeated the community. As the legal battle unfolded, it became evident that Mandy's life was spiraling out of control. The immense stress, compounded by public scrutiny, took a toll on her marriage. Understandably, her husband reached a breaking point. He could no longer tolerate the chaos surrounding them. He packed his belongings and left, initiating a divorce that only added to Mandy's already tumultuous life. The split was not amicable, with anger and resentment festering between them. Each party had their reasons for the breakdown of their relationship, but in the end, it was Mandy who lost the most in this painful process. With the divorce finalized, the custody battle over their son became an unfortunate reality. Despite her tireless efforts to prove that she could provide a stable and nurturing environment for her child, Mandy ultimately lost custody to her ex-husband. This decision shattered her heart and left her feeling completely alone in the world. She found herself living in a small, rundown apartment, struggling to make ends meet and grappling with the overwhelming loneliness that now filled her life. The once bright and lively home she had envisioned for herself and her son was replaced with the stark reality of her situation. The dismal surroundings of her new living arrangement served as a constant reminder of how far she had fallen. To add insult to injury, Mandy's financial troubles didn't stop with the lawsuit and the divorce. She was already burdened with debt, but as time went on, the interest on her loans continued to pile up, making it increasingly difficult for her to escape the cycle of financial despair. The bills kept coming, and with each passing day, her situation seemed to grow more dire. The weight of her financial obligations felt suffocating, and she often found herself lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling and wondering how she would ever regain control over her life. Meanwhile, on the internet, things were not looking up for Mandy either. A video that had been posted during the height of her controversy went viral, spreading like wildfire across various social media platforms. People began to share and comment on it, fueling a public outcry that seemed never-ending. The situation escalated into a full-blown scandal, with online trolls mocking her and spreading rumors that added to her humiliation. It felt as though the entire world was watching her downfall, and she felt completely exposed and vulnerable. Each notification on her phone brought a fresh wave of negativity that she could hardly bear. I often reflect on the extent of the revenge I took against those who had wronged me, and while I acknowledge that it was quite severe, there's still this nagging feeling, and perhaps it wasn't enough. Dexter, on the other hand, has been relentless in his judgment, insisting that my actions were soft and lacked the intensity necessary to truly make a point. This raises the question of what exactly would satisfy him. What level of retribution would he consider sufficient? It's a perplexing thought that lingers in my mind, causing me to wonder if I should have done more or approached the situation differently. Looking back on my life during these tumultuous times, I can't help but reflect on how I must have appeared to others. Perhaps they viewed me as some sort of monstrous figure, someone who was completely out of control and wreaking havoc wherever I went. I never intended for things to spiral to such an extent, nor did I ever want to hurt anyone. In my mind, I was simply reacting to the overwhelming circumstances that surrounded me. I was a mother fighting to protect my child and myself, not some villain in a story meant to entertain. I remember the days when I would go to the kindergarten to pick up my son, and the stares I received from the other mothers were piercing. It was as if they could sense the turmoil brewing beneath the surface of my life. Some would whisper behind my back, and I could only imagine the awful things they were saying. Others would simply avoid me altogether, pretending I didn't exist. It felt as though the entire community had turned against me, and that sense of isolation only deepened my struggles. Despite the overwhelming feelings of despair, I still tried to put on a brave face. I would often wear a smile, pretending that everything was okay, even when I felt like I was crumbling inside. It was exhausting to maintain that facade, but I believed it was necessary to protect my son from the harsh reality of our situation. I wanted him to feel safe and secure, even if everything around us was falling apart. In my heart, I knew that I had made mistakes, but I also believed that I had the right to defend myself and my family. The line between right and wrong became blurred, and I found myself questioning my own moral compass. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, I wondered how I would ever regain a sense of normalcy in my life. Would I ever be able to rise above the shame and humiliation that seemed to follow me like a dark cloud? The memories of happier times with my son haunted me relentlessly. I thought of the playful moments we had shared, the laughter that filled our home, and the dreams I had for our future together. Now those dreams felt like a distant memory, overshadowed by the reality of my situation. I missed the little things like bedtime stories and cooking meals together. Those were moments that had brought us joy and comfort, and they seemed so far out of reach now. As I navigated this challenging phase of my life, I began to search for ways to cope with the overwhelming sadness and loneliness. I sought support from friends and family, though many were hesitant to approach the subject, unsure of how to help. I appreciated their concern, but often felt more isolated than ever. It was a paradox. I longed for companionship, but was afraid of the judgment that might come with it. The very thought of opening up to others about my struggles filled me with dread. I found solace in journaling, pouring my thoughts onto the pages as a way to process my emotions. Writing became my refuge, a safe space where I could express my fears, frustrations, and hopes without fear of judgment. Through my writing, I began to understand my feelings more deeply, allowing me to confront the pain head-on rather than suppressing it. The act of putting pen to paper helped me untangle the mess of emotions that swirled within me, providing clarity and a sense of release. Additionally, I sought out online communities of others who had faced similar challenges. While the internet had played a significant role in my downfall, it also became a source of support. I discovered forums and groups where people shared their stories of overcoming adversity. Reading their experiences gave me hope and reminded me that I was not alone in my struggles. There was a certain comfort in knowing that others had faced similar demons and emerged stronger on the other side. As the months passed, I started to rebuild my life piece by piece. I focused on finding a job that would allow me to regain some independence and provide for myself. It was a daunting task, but I knew it was necessary for my well-being. I took every opportunity that came my way, even if it meant stepping out of my comfort zone. I was determined to prove myself that I could overcome the obstacles that had been thrown in my path. Through hard work and determination, I began to find my footing again. I learned to embrace the small victories, celebrating each step forward as a testament to my resilience. Every job interview, every dollar earned, and every moment spent with my son were milestones in my journey of recovery. While the scars of my past remained, I refused to let them define me. Instead, I chose to use my experiences as motivation to forge a brighter future for myself. The journey to healing was not linear. There were setbacks and moments of doubt along the way. Yet, with every challenge I faced, I grew stronger and more determined. I realized that it was possible to reclaim my narrative and reshape my identity. I was no longer just a victim of circumstance. I was a survivor, a warrior fighting for her future.